Welcome into the latest edition in the season 1 finale of In the Zone, coming to you live across the airwaves of 3 and Out Radio, 3andoutradio.com, and the 3 and Out Radio app you can find on the Apple Store. You can listen to this and all episodes of In the Zone on iTunes via Apple Music, Spreaker.com, Streamer.com, iHeartRadio.com, and the iHeartRadio app. Again, this is the latest edition and the season 1 finale of In the Zone. I'm your host, Brian Jones, coming to you mid-America, Kansas City, looking great. Late summer afternoon, morning storms the last 2 mornings, especially this morning, kind of woke your boy out of bed a little bit early there. Mother Nature was like, yeah, get on up out of bed. Get ready to go. I'm here. But again, lovely day outside, and hope that the weather is fine as always, is where you are in life, as always, treating you well. Coming up here on today's show, Urban Meyer, Zach Smith, Ohio State. To quote the famous rap lyric, as I did earlier this week on social media, and it don't stop. Hey, back at it again. We'll get into that. 345 Park Avenue is forced to take a knee. Colin Kaepernick halfway home on the collusion suit. We'll get into that. Give you the very latest. As previously promised, I'm going to give you my top 10 college football contenders and possible party crashers for this upcoming college football season. I'm also going to tell you who's going to play in the college football playoff, and who's going to play in the championship game, and who's going to win the championship game. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, it don't stop there. National Football League kicks off next Thursday. We'll look at the AFC. We'll look at the NFC. I'm going to tell you who's playing Wild Card Weekend, and the Divisional Weekend, and Championship Sunday, and the Super Bowl, and who's going to win the Super Bowl. All that's coming up, as well as, again, the much-awaited announcement regarding the future of this very program in the zone, with some final thoughts and the next step here as we move into 2019. As I previously stated, again, this is the Season 1 finale for In the Zone. This will be the official final podcast in the year of 2018 here for In the Zone with Brian Jones here on 3 and Out Radio. Again, I've had a lot of questions, a lot of DMs. What's going on? Did you get canned? Did you get canceled? Let me be clear on something here at the top. My show ain't got canceled. I didn't get canned. And B. Jones ain't going nowhere. We're going to get into all that, but as we do always at this time, y'all know what time it is. We got to take it up top. Columbus, Ohio. Urban Meyer, Ohio State. The scandal continues. The big mess that was created by Zach Smith, the cover-up that commenced, everything continues to become a bigger and bigger mess as time goes on. And it seems as if these dudes, Urban Meyer and Zach Smith, both collectively just don't know when to shut the fuck up. I mean, what is it with these guys? I mean, I already know Urban Meyer's got an ego. You saw him at the press conference. He had his head all down. He was all mad like a kid that's been made to be brought in front of his class and present his project when he really didn't want to do it. He just wanted to sit in the back class and be the cool kid with the shades on and, hey, I'm going to take my D and get on out of here. No, you was forced to bring yourself up front, give your statement, which was full of inaccuracy, holes, and lies, like everything else along with the saga has been full of inaccuracy, holes, and lies. And he just pretty much just took tail and was like, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to let it go. Well, unfortunately, since he wants to keep releasing Twitter statements, and Zach Smith wants to get on to Twitter yesterday and wants to attempt to defend himself, well, guess what? Can't let it go. We got to keep going. I am, too, also going to join in with the chorus of voices over the past few days and weeks, such as Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Molly Kieran Rose, Jalen Rose, Jim Rome, Fall Pine Bomb, Mike Greenberg, Michelle Beadle, and so many others along the way. If you're an Ohio State fan, you ain't gonna like to hear what I gotta say, but as I always say on this show, I don't really give a damn. Urban Meyer deserves to be fired. Point blank, period, no question. He needs to go. We're not, ladies and gentlemen, hold up. For everybody leaves the room, we're not done yet. Athletic Director Gene Smith, you had knowledge of this BS that was going on? You told your coach to fire him? 2 years ago, he didn't do it. You had knowledge of it. You didn't go to your president or to the NCAA for help with this. Guess what? Since you want to address Buckeye Nation and all, pack your bags. Gotta go. Not buying this 2-week without pay suspension crap. Nah. Hightail it off campus, homeboy. Oh, but no. We ain't done there. University President Michael Drake. Seems as if you've been running a bit of a loose ship there, buddy. Loose lips sink ships. And since you're the captain of the ship steering this bad boy like the Titanic, you too gotta go. All 3 of them. No question. No question, have to go. Something I saw earlier on social media, the question was asked, well, why hasn't the NCAA jumped in and gotten involved in the situation? The problem is that this is a university-run investigation for a university-run problem. Usually in these types of cases and situations, the NCAA tends to keep their hands off of it. They'll stand at the distance and say, hey, we'll keep our eyes on the situation in case stuff goes kind of haywire. Then, us being the regulating body, we'll step in, handle what we got to handle, take care of what we got to take care of. Hey, we got this, no problems, no worries. Urban Meyer's wife gave testimony in regards to this matter, where Courtney Smith told her what was going on, and submitted through her text messages, which have since been revealed as to what's going on. If this comes back to be a lie on Urban Meyer's wife's behalf, if any of this doesn't add up to, hey, you were telling the truth, unlike your husband who was lied every step of the way, and we'll get to a little bullshit statement that he released earlier on Twitter, and my thoughts on that here momentarily as well. If any of this comes back and your story has more holes in it than Swiss cheese, as I've said before on this program, you just open the door to a Title IX investigation. You're getting fired because of that. That's going to be a consequence of circumstance. Title IX, the NCAA is going to be running to Columbus. Okay? And don't think for 1 second that Title IX investigators don't have their bags packed, tickets booked, hotels ready to get to Columbus the moment something like that happens. They're on standby, sweetheart. Okay? Know that. They are sitting back waiting for this entire mess to either fix itself, which it won't happen, be resolved, which it definitely won't happen, or to go away, and that ain't going to happen either. So best believe the NCAA, they're standing on the sidelines, but they got some Title IX investigators that are standing right behind them with their helmets and pads on, strapped up, ready to go in the game. All they're waiting for is that whistle to blow, and they're headed to Columbus. And he's already lied on his wife. Well, I never knew any knowledge of this. As I explained before, how can a husband and a wife live in the same household and not talk about something like that? But you have this buffoon in Zach Smith, this blundering idiot on your coaching staff. You say now you had knowledge of what happened in 2016. How in the hell are you not going to have knowledge of what happened before or after? And how in the hell can you not discuss this with your wife? Somebody's lying here. It's Urban Meyer, we know that. But for his wife to say this, and then he says, well, I don't know what my wife's talking about. I don't talk about that. Something's not adding up here. Somebody's not telling the truth. And for all his purposes, it better not be Shelly Meyer. If Urban's wife comes up dirty in any of this, if her story has any holes in it, they on the way. They are on the way. Trust me. But looking at this from a real world perspective, if this were the real world and this happened, all 3 of them and Zach Smith would be facing some major criminal charges. One, such as conspiracy, evidence tampering, witness intimidation. You could bring up a litany of other charges. That's major prison time, people. But again, since this was a school run investigation, they gave us 3 games, slap on the wrist. Hey, you can't coach for the first game, but for the second 2 games, yeah, you can come on back and participate in practice. Now, that doesn't mean that any of us have to like or agree with it on any level. But again, they're all wrong, and nobody seems to want to own up to wrongdoing in this situation. Nobody wants to take responsibility, stand before a microphone and say, hey, you know what? I screwed up. I was wrong. It's being defend, lie. Hey, it wasn't me. Let me tell you why. Nobody wants to hear about that. Like Zach Smith hopped on Twitter the other late afternoon, figuring, hey, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to put X, Y, and Z out there. Homeboy, you was already in the 8-foot hole as it was. You just dug down 2 more feet. Now you're in the 10-foot hole. How are you going to get out of this? And here's his handle as Coach Zach Smith. You won't be coaching nobody no time soon. Ever. Okay? Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 5, 10, 15 years from now. You are finished. Then he comes back with this garbage, which I'll pull up here in a second. I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue Brett McMurray and ESPN and everybody else. Hey man, look, you don't have no job, okay? Your grandfather's money is your mom's money, which, yeah, she'll probably toss you a few dollars, but you got to worry about keeping the lights on your own household after you exploited your kids on social media, dummy. You may want to save that money if you're going to get a lawyer and I'm going to do this. Hey, man, you might want to save that money because you're going to be needing a lot more than an attorney will. Okay? And before you talk about suing anybody, you need to worry about these charges you facing in court right now with your ex-wife. You might be going to jail. You might be looking at some jail time. So before you talk about sitting back suing anybody, you might want to take a look around and be like, yeah, I got this money, but I'm going to sue them for making me look bad on TV because I'm a domestic violence abuser. You might want to look at the situation, circumstances you in, shut your mouth and save your money. Another piece of news that came out this week was a member of the Board of Regents, which heard Urban Meyer's excuse that he had memory loss, and this was just a one-time incident, a one-time issue. He resigned from the Board of Regents, in part saying that the punishment did not fit the crime. The excuses that were given, the evidence that was brought forth, did not fit the punishment that was given to Gene Smith and or Urban Meyer, and that he could not stand back and sit back any more longer on a Board of Regents, surrounded by people who were not interested in doing and seeing justice served or seeing the right thing being handed down. Bravo to him. The one person with a morality bone in their body say, you know what? Enough of this shit show. I'm out of here. I'm done with it because of X, Y, and Z. Y'all have fun with that. Go concentrate on winning some games if you want to. I'm out of here. The one person with the natural moral bone in their body actually stood up for something and said, you know what? I'm done with this. See ya. I ain't got time for this. And you've had people that have come back and have been critical of him, and I'm like, what are you critical of? That man told the truth. That man told the 100% unmitigated, God-held truth. It was a bunch of BS. It was a bunch of... Speaking of which, of BS, let's look at Zach Smith as he hopped onto Twitter the other day. Again, because he had hurt feelings and all this other mess that went out there, and I have to prove myself and do all this other stuff and have to defend myself and defend my name because I've been exposed as to who I am. Post a picture of his 2 children on Twitter at Coach Zach Smith. If you want to look it up, look up this clown. Calls out Brett McMurray and Paul Feinbaum and everyone at ESPN. Look at these faces, you heartless and moralless clowns. Every lie or dramatic version of the truth you report precious children, just like their mom and has continued and continues to. Do you have families or do you have kids? To answer that question, I'm pretty sure they do. I myself am a father. I would never, not once, if I was in that sort of situation that he's in, with the type of public light and scrutiny that is on me, I would never, not once, put my children on social media as a prop and as a footstool to try to make myself look better in a situation that I'm not going to be in. We can get to the statement